All right, so here I am trying Screencastify because QuickTime is failing me. So let's see how this goes. I'm talking about example 6 here in lesson 43. And this is really similar to example 5, except that now we don't know what quadrant we're looking in, but we know we're going to go between 0 and 360 degrees. So degrees, that's a different one. I'm going to start with cosine theta equals a half because a half is one of those ratios that you're supposed to know. So I see a half and I get all excited. I know that in my unit circle, this length is 1, so a half is about here. So if I want the angle that makes a half, so I did it on the x-axis because cosine is adjacent side, x side. So I'm going to go up to my circle and say, okay, it must have been here or down here. So this angle is great because theta 1 is also my reference angle. So reference angle is also theta 1 that I'm looking for. And I know that that's my short side tall angle, which is pi over 3 radians or 60 degrees. Theta 2 down here in quadrant 4, well, that's going to be 360 minus the reference angle. So theta 2 is 360 minus reference angle, which is 300 degrees. All right, I'm going to do this sine one, and then I'm going to leave you these 5 to try on your own. These are also in degrees. These 2 down here, make sure you think about radians. Actually, maybe I'll do a radian one, and then you can come back and do the degree one. So I'll move this down here. All right, so sine theta is close to negative a half, so almost one of my exact angles, but not exact. I don't know this for sure. Cosine of theta is 0.6. It's a nice, pretty decimal, but it's not one of my exact ratios. So both of these I'm going to need my calculator for. So sine theta negative 0.56. Well, sine is my opposite side. It's my y value. And negative 0.56, well, that's sort of down here, I'd say. So I'm looking at this point and this point. So let me draw my 2 angles. All right, so to get to this angle, here's my reference angle. And remember, my reference angle is going to be positive. So to find my reference angle, let me come over to my calculator, make sure I'm in radian mode. So doc 7, 2 to get to your document settings, tab, and then across and up to get to radians. Okay, and I'm going to do sine inverse of the positive value to get my reference angle, 0.5612. So my reference angle is about 0.6 radians. So that makes sense that it's small. But I'm not actually going to write that down because really what I care about are these 2 angles. So theta 1 is going to be equal to pi plus my reference angle. Theta 2 is going to be equal to 2 pi minus the reference angle. So now I'll come and calculate those. So I want to find pi plus my reference angle. Ooh, pi plus my reference angle. So that's the answer from before. And then I also want to find 2 pi minus that reference angle. So now this time I have to go up a few times. All right, so there's my 2 values. So greater than pi, which I expected, less than 2 pi, also what I expected. So about 3.73 rad, about 5 I believe that was 76. Nope, 69 rads. All right, I'm going to leave you these to try on your own. I'm going to fill in the answers so that you can go see them.